Hello, EnteiTainment here. My name is Daniel, welcoming you to the Week 6 Team Builder as we prepare to take on James Sanity and his Westerville Wailords. As we can see from this graphic right here, my draft is up above, whereas his consists of Mega Manectric, Landorus, Therian, Volcarona, Milotic, Espeon, Hitmontop, Archeops, Sneasel, Credilli, Sandslash, Metang, and Dragalge. So actually, one of the faster teams we have faced so far this season. Obviously, a lot of that speed is coming from Mega Manectric, but stuff like Archeops and Sneasel and Espeon and even Volcarona and Landorus are not slow. So there is a lot of speed coming out of this draft, and that is obviously very intimidating because one of the aspects of my draft, or one of the strengths it tries to enforce, is that it is faster than your entire team, and that is not really the case, especially since we just got rid of Houndoom. Not that Houndoom would have really helped too much with that anyways, but we do unfortunately not have Houndoom anymore for that nice speed control. Regardless, we are going to look at the speed tiers really quick and just the average stats of this team as a whole in comparison to my own. If I can get this over here. So like I was saying, Manectric is up at base 135, which is faster than everything on my draft, and Sneasel as well is up at 115, which is also faster than everything on my draft now. I no longer have the Houndoom to speed tie with that, and since a lot of my Pokemon are sitting around 108, namely Terrakion and Galvantula, these two Pokemon, the Archeops and the Espeon, might also be very threatening as well. So threats to look out for, I would probably say, are definitely the Sneasel. This Sneasel is on like high red alert. I am super terrified of the Sneasel. I think Volcarona might come, but it will most likely be forced to bring a kind of a weird set because of Ditto, so we'll see if that happens. And aside from that, I think he's going to probably want to bring a spinner, whether that's Hitmontop or Sandslash, I do not know, because his draft is kind of, I mean, like the two biggest threats to my draft are Volcarona and Sneasel, and those are weak to rocks, obviously, so I think he's going to be very forced to bring a spinner of some kind. But we can see he does have that 85 average speed, which I think is pretty close to the highest we've seen so far. Just a fun little thing over here, we can see actually ranked all the speed stats of the various Pokemon from highest to lowest, so I thought that was kind of cool. Up at the top we have Scarf Dugtrio, and down at the bottom we have a negative speed, min speed Credilli, so it's just kind of fun to look at this to see what's going on. It doesn't really serve much of a purpose in my opinion, but it's kind of fun to just see everything on here. But regardless, we're going to get into the nitty-gritty stuff and talk about some of the sets I might be expecting. I've said it before and I'll say it again, Manectric is kind of one-trick pony, so if he does bring it, it's probably going to be limited as a pivot. Like I said before, I'm definitely expecting Landorus. Whether or not he brings rocks on this thing is, I guess, up in the air, but that's such a disgusting color. What color should I use? This one? Okay, fine. I'm definitely expecting to see this Landorus. I don't know if it'll be Scarfed, I don't know if it'll be Banded or a Booster or Rocks or what, but I am definitely expecting to see Landorus. I'm also expecting to see Volcarona. I think he will probably try to bring Quiver Dance, even though I have a Ditto, just because I haven't been bringing Ditto a lot, and I might be falling into a trend, or he might be trying to capitalize on a trend of me not bringing Ditto, so he might try to bring Volcarona anyways, but I am not scared enough of that thing to bring Ditto, so props to him if he sweeps me with a Quiver Dancing Volcarona. Like I said before, probably expecting either Hitmontop or this here Sandslash as his spinner. Obviously, definitely expecting to see this Sneasel because it exerts a ton of pressure. I've shown that I really love Latias, and Sneasel really prevents any form of like boosting Latias. I can't bring a Calm Mind Latias with a Sneasel running around because as soon as he gets a free switch, Latias is just dead. So that's not great. Other than that, not too positive what he wants to bring. I assume he wants to bring something defensive for Terrakion, whether that's a bulky Milotic or a bulky Espeon remains to be seen, but I feel like he definitely will want to bring something. Or, I mean, bulky Landorus is obviously the real answer, but if he's bringing an offensive Landorus, he might want to bring one of these two to try to combat Terrakion. And that's about it. Not really expecting to see Metang or Dragouge or his Mega. So those are just kind of the thoughts I'm having going into the game. But down here we have the squad I have crafted. First up, we got Galvantula, the Weber. We are bringing Sticky Web this week. I don't know how many times we've actually brought Sticky Web. I think it's only around twice so far this season, but we're definitely bringing it here because, like I was saying earlier, he does actually have a very fast draft, and if I can put enough pressure on his spinners and kill them, suddenly my threats like Terrakion and Latias are outspeeding his threats like Sneasel and Landorus, or not like Sneasel. Well, I mean, it's mainly Sneasel, honestly, but Sneasel and Volcarona and Manectric if he brings it. So that would be very, very nice. We are running Unnerve actually over Compound Eyes because I have Hidden Power Ice on this thing, and I don't want to be caught off guard by any of his leads. This might turn out to be some kind of anti-leader because of things that could potentially lead. I'm pretty sure they're limited to Landorus. I'll teach you something really weird. Landorus, Espeon, and Archeops, and I don't know, maybe Sandslash. So I don't want to be caught off by a berry. If I can get a Hidden Power Ice on a defensive Landorus and start clearing the way for Terrakion, that'd be really, really great. And I don't want a berry to come in the way of that. So we are running Unnerve. Also, Thunder didn't really help me too much. Thunderbolt can kill pretty much whatever it wants to anyways. It can kill Archeops, it can do a lot of damage to Milotic, so I'm not too worried about bringing Thunder. Like, Electricity isn't too fantastic against this team regardless. I can't really be spamming Thunder against this team because he has Manectric, which before Mega Evolves would get a +1 boost. He also has Sandslash and Landorus, so it just wouldn't, it's not great. I don't think Thunder is going to be really needed, so we're bringing Unnerve with Thunderbolt instead. Of course, along with Sticky Web, Giga Drain, and Hidden Power Ice. So that is the Galvantula. Next we have Terrakion, who I think can actually get some work done. I am bringing Adamant Band, which means this is actually really painful, because I will be slower than Volcarona now, if he is a max invested Volcarona. This 300 speed is enough to get the edge over a modest max speed Volcarona. So if he is freaking timid, or I don't know, jolly, then if he's speed boosting, I will not be faster than him. But we are running Close Combat, Stone Edge, Earthquake, and actually bringing Quick Attack this time around because on this team it can actually do work. If Sneasel is -2 speed, or -1 speed from Sticky Web, I will be faster than him, and my Quick Attack will out-prioritize his. So Sneasel is a frail little boy, and will not be taking Quick Attacks overly well, especially since I am Adamant Band. So that's pretty crazy. Nothing switches into this except for a defensive Landorus. That is literally the only thing. It doesn't matter what berry you are, it doesn't matter anything. Unless you're a defensive Landorus, you're not switching into this. So he has one counter and a couple of checks, because some things are faster, but he only has one counter to Terrakion. So I am definitely expecting that pressure. He's going to have to bring answers to that, or else he's just going to be cleaned up by Terrakion. And honestly, he might be cleaned up by Terrakion anyways, because this thing is looking absolutely horrifying. Next, we got just all-out power Dropper Latias with Draco Meteor, Dragon Pulse, Psyshock, and Shadow Ball, just in case he does want to bring Metang, but it also hits Espeon. Honestly, whenever this thing comes out, I'm probably clicking a Dragon move. If he does not have Metang, he will not have a Dragon Resist, and that sounds like a good time for Latias. So we're going to be dropping Dracos, we're going to be going for Dragon Pulses, and we're going to be getting some work done. So It's probably going to be in and out with the Latias, which is a little scary because my team does not exactly do switch-ins. This is a little bit bulkier of a team than I've created before, actually, believe it or not. So we might be able to switch into stuff, but mostly I just have two things to switch into Sneasel, because after Latias kills something, I'm kind of expecting Sneasel to want to come out. And if I don't get pursued, then these two behemoths should be able to take care of Sneasel relatively well. We can get into that later. I am running just max speed, timid, in case he brings a fully invested Archeops. I will at least speed tie with him and hopefully win said speed tie. If he brings Archeops, I don't know what he's gonna bring. So yeah, that's the Latias. Next we got Dugtrio the Trapper. This thing will probably not be leading. It's gonna be interesting to see how I end up leading this match, because I don't want to set up the webs too soon, because then he'll just get rid of them easily. And I also want to keep Dugtrio around to trap something, so even though I almost have two dedicated leads that will probably not be leading. So that's kind of interesting. It might throw him off a little bit. But we're just running your basic situation here with Earthquake, Stone Edge, Stealth Rock, and Memento. Stone Edge is really great because it, again, capitalizes on his two threats of Volcarona and Sneasel. I can Earthquake stuff, try to trap, I don't know, I don't think I'll be faster than Manectric. I can't remember how fast Dugtrio is. If I see 120, yeah. So I will not be faster than Manectric unless he is -1. So I won't be able to trap and kill that thing or anything like that. But I can trap, I don't know, Metang or Dragalge or Credilli or anything that's weakened. I can outspeed and kill it unless it is Scarfed or Mega Manectric. So that's always nice. I am running Memento. I don't actually have anything on this team that sets up, so Memento might not be the most useful, but worst case, it'll give me a free switch into a Pokemon and severely cripple the opposing Pokemon, so that is a pretty good worst case, I would say. I'm also running Rocks to try to pressure his Spinner. If I can set up Rocks and like pressure his Hitmontop or his Sandslash and get it killed and then set up Webs late game, that could be very, very, very detrimental to my opponent. So I'm gonna try to have that be the plan. Next, we're gonna be bringing a bulky, speedy Charizard Y with Fire Blast, Solar Beam, Roost, and Will-O-Wisp. Really just an answer to Sneasel. I should be able to switch into Icicle Crashes fairly well, and obviously Knockoff will not be doing too much to me. He does not get coverage to hit me as far as I know. Obviously Low Kick is usually his normal coverage move, which is resisted. Poison Jab won't be doing too much, so I am not really worried about Sneasel unless he starts flinching me or something. He's running Will-O-Wisps in case I can catch something off guard. Solar Beam so I can answer the Milotic. With the Sun Up, this actually is an answer to Milotic because Scald will not be doing too much to me, even though I am a Fire type, and I will have Solar Beam to take him out in probably 2 hits unless he's something weird, so that is a grand old time. Also, I'm actually not running any special attack investment, and I can still threaten serious, serious damage on stuff with Fire Blast, just because Charizard is absolutely disgusting. I've wanted this thing since the beginning of the season, and it feels so nice to have it. I can just casually not run investment and like threaten the Oko on a Landorus switch-in, so that is pretty disgusting. But yeah, I am running Timid 310. I think that is for Landorus. I do believe, to try to get the edge over Landorus in case he's not Choice Scarfed. So yes, and finally we have Armaldo, another answer to Sneasel, but also our Spinner and Knockoff Spammer in case he sticks around for a while. I can rid some Pokemon of their items. I am running Rapid Spin, Knockoff, Toxic, and Stone Edge. Toxic could be really, really great against his walls, so Milotic or Hitmontop or Credilli or Sandslash or even Landorus Therian if it is defensive. It would be really great to get a Toxic on any of those and put them further in range of a Banded Close Combat or a Fire Blast or even a Specs Dragon Pulse, whatever the case may be. Really, I just have a bunch of wall breakers on this team and then like a Stealth Rocker, a Weber, and a Spinner. That's just the format here. So we'll see how this ends up working. But I'm not feeling overly confident. I haven't had a lot of time to prepare because he just wanted to get this done, which I can totally respect. So we will be having this match on Tuesday, meaning I'll really only have like two days to prepare for this team. And normally my matches happen like Saturday night or even Sunday, which is technically not supposed to happen, but usually my matches happen really, really late in the week. So this is going to be the earliest I think I've ever had a match, and we're just going to have to see what happens. But I'm going to cut it to try to conserve my voice a little bit, because I still do need to record the damn platinums off for you people. So thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and as always, have an excellent rest of your day. This has been Daniel, and EnteiTainment out. We got him. See if he has Aftermath or whatever it is. He does not. Although it's a special move, Forest Palm. I don't know if that makes contact. I want to cry. My heart is shattered. They're too tough to handle. What a combination. I'm saying, geez.